You know, a coyote seems like when they figure out something's wrong, they want to get away from you. Them pigs, I don't know about them pigs. They figure out something's wrong, they want to kick some ass. Those lights, apparently, you trigger a coyote and those lights kind of get put on the back burner. It doesn't bug them. Hey, you get the right pig, you get them triggered enough like that. They don't make a rip whether there's lights on them or not. They're coming. And that ain't like we're just shining no little bitty flashlight out there either. That's a lot of light. That's so cool.
I thought you were gonna turn me loose there, so I was trying to get set up.
There's the call. You ever seen anything like that? Oh my gosh. I was wondering who's gonna win. Was it gonna be us or him? I've seen him come into that light like that, but I haven't ever seen him like, she was pissed. Holy crap. Right here off the damn highway.
That's probably one of the things that helped us.
Hey. I never thought that it would be as much fun calling pigs as it is, but it's fun.
Oh yeah.
What's funny is people will watch the thermal and they'll be like, holy crap, that's cool, but they won't realize there's a huge light on that pig. It's freaking bright, I know that.
Put it in his ear.
Whatever you do, shoot him right in the ear hole.
I was trying to put it in the ear hole.
It started bleeding out of his eyeball, I think, whenever you shot. The only other one that I've seen come in fast as that one did was one me and Matt had about 2 years ago when we were trying to film that show, calling pigs into the lights like that. But we were up in the truck. It's a little different when you're on the ground with them, you know? Hey. Right there is something that you just don't see every day. She was pissed.
Probably the most common question we get from our viewers is how the heck do you guys get those animals to come to that light? Well, that's a pretty loaded question, but I'll try and do my best to give you our take on the subject. Now keep in mind what I'm about to tell you is by no means scientific fact or anything like that. It's all completely personal opinion, which of course is always up for debate. This is the opinion we've evolved from our experiences over and over. But at the end of the day, it's still just an opinion nonetheless. But here it goes. If I had to sum up the how do we get those animals to come to those lights in one word, the word that comes to mind is distraction. Just like a good magician uses a good distraction to make you focus somewhere else, your Foxbro becomes a distraction to what's really going on. That magician knows if he can keep your mind focused on something other than the thing he's trying to hide with his other hand, your mind will never even register the sleight of hand that's happening right in front of you. And I feel the same exact thing happens to a coyote that only appears to be coming to a big bright light, when in reality, in his mind, all he's thinking about is the sound he just heard. That sound is the distraction from the obvious danger that's staring him right in the face. So if you logically think through this, the question itself is really invalid from the start. Think about what I'm about to say. We've never made one single animal come to a light, ever. We made them come to a sound. A sound that kept their mind off the thing that was literally blinding them. And to take it a step further, we've learned the same exact thing is possible with a pig. When we pulled into this spot, we saw a big boar way on the other side of the pasture, but we knew we wanted to try for a coyote or a cat first. Well, after killing the coyote, we noticed he was still in the field, so we thought, you know what do we got to lose, and gave him a try. I told Gary on the gun, make sure you shoot that big sucker in the ear with those light coyote rounds. That was all we happened to have at the time in our 243, so I figured that was probably the only way we were going to drop this big sucker.
Stop shooting him in the ear. Hey,
Well, he said he was going for the ear, but I guess the eyeball works just as good. Ouch. That's probably gonna leave a mark.
that was insane.
I've killed 2 cats. I've killed 2 coyotes. I've never killed a coyote and a pig in the same stand about 4 minutes apart. The pig was coming, and then all of a sudden it was just like he didn't exactly know where the sound was at.
No, I've been telling you, we've been calling a bunch of these pigs, and if you notice, whenever he started coming, he was way over there, and I knew whenever he heard the call, he started kind of just, trotting like he was coming to it, but he couldn't. They have a harder time pinpointing the sound than a coyote. Coyote, you can make one sound and he can come right to it 1,000 yards away.
Exactly.
But them pigs,
I was thinking he's leaving. We take a shot at him on the way. That's just what I was thinking to myself. I said, he's going to get in the timber and he's never coming back. And you said, hang on a minute.
I knew he was coming.
Hang on, he'll come back. He's too interested. Sure enough, he showed right back up.
He was trying to figure out where the sound was at. You notice when he stopped, I gave him just a little bit and then muted it again. Boop, here he comes.
Then he started coming across here, and I was thinking, come on, Chris. The way I shoot, turn me loose right now. At least I got a chance to get a second shot before he gets here on top of me.
Hey.
He looks like a pretty good sized pig.
Yeah, he's spotted too.
He's marked up different. As I said, that's my first.
That was awesome.
It wasn't but a few years ago, calling pigs was considered a myth by lots of guys. But these days, there's been enough guys who do it successfully on a regular basis. I think it's safe to say that debate can be put to bed. Wild pigs can most certainly be called. You just have to spend time figuring them out, just like a coyote. There's a handful of guys out there who've been calling pigs a lot longer than we have that really deserve credit for paving the way and showing it can be done. One guy in particular is a guy named Glenn Guess. In my personal opinion, he's pretty much single-handedly made the sport of calling pigs a real thing. And for me personally, I feel it's always right to give credit where credit's due. So for that, my hat's off to you, Glenn. You changed a lot of guys' mind whether it can be done or not. And now look, we're all doing it.
Get ready. Hey. That's a big son of a pig. In the dome. That's a big pig. Ooh, bet that looks nasty on thermal, doesn't it?
And all we want to do, since we jumped on the pig calling bandwagon ourselves, is take it a step further and show it can be done successfully with lights. One really unique thing we've learned about a pig responding to a call is their sense of direction is nothing close to that of a coyote. A coyote can hear a sound just briefly from 500 to 600 yards away and somehow, with his senses, land within feet of the sound source he only heard once minutes earlier. Their sense of direction and honing in on a sound is on point. And let me tell you, a pig's ain't. It ain't even close. A pig is just not that way. They're all over the place. They can hear really well, but the ones we watch coming to a call, they stop and start constantly. And if you watch them, they're just trying to figure out where the sound's at. There's even been a few pigs we thought were just flat out leaving, but they were really just honestly having trouble finding the sound. And this pig is the perfect example. He actually makes it to the tree line thinking he's going the right direction, goes in it, then realizes the sound is actually back out in the field and comes back out. Gary was on the gun, and at one point he was like, "Man, you sure he ain't leaving?" I said, "No, he's coming. He just needs a minute to find it."
Hey!
You see what I mean? He was coming the whole time. He just got a little off course.
Hey! Get him. He's coming.
I wanted to show you all this stand in real time for a very specific reason, just to show exactly how long we worked on this pig to get him all the way in. From the time we turned the Foxborough loose to the time we pulled the trigger was a full 5 to 6 minutes, and that's an eternity on any stand regardless of the animal. But the biggest reason I wanted to show you this one is to show you, just like coyotes, they each have their own unique personalities and attitudes. Not all coyotes are hard chargers, and some pigs like this one aren't either. Some just take their time and mosey on in. This one may not be coming very fast, but he's still coming to a call, so we just took our time and let him close the gap. I don't think those cows were too fond of their new neighbor. I bet that old bull was thinking, "Keep cruising, boy." If nothing else, one thing this footage absolutely proves is that you don't have to have thermal to be able to call and kill pigs. Yes, thermal makes it much easier to find them, but if a guy not in a position to afford thermal just wanted to go and try it, it can most certainly be done with just lights. And I have to give a shout out to one of our great sponsors, Wicked Lights. They make excellent lights that are the perfect fit for something just like this. Heck, if a guy really wanted to without breaking the bank, he could get a Wicked Scan Pro for scanning and a Shot Pro to mount to his rifle and get after it.
Get ready. Get ready. Hey. Go ahead.
It's between the eye and the ear.
Go ahead.
Oh my gosh. That's a big sucker.
That's a big old pig right there, Gary. There's something right there. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's pigs, Gary. Dude, that is pigs.
Let's see what we can do with them.
I always want to go in there further, but why don't we just ease out right out here and just try to call them suckers?
Why not? I've got nothing to lose.
We've been calling them. Me and Ronnie have been killing them with the lights, believe it or not.
Let's see if we can get something happening out there.
Let's just ease out in there right quick.
What you're about to see is the definition of a fired up, pissed off pig. All I can say is she was not happy.
You ever seen anything like that? Oh my gosh.
It's kind of like you're coming to a road rage fight and get hit by an 18-wheeler.
No kidding. I was wondering who's going to win. Was it going to be us or him?
Oh, he was pissed.
Holy crap.
He was pissed and talked the whole way. And when he turned that call off, it was like, oh crap, something's wrong.
Yeah, and then I hit it again and it was like, oh, there it is again. I'm going to go whip some ass. Did you hear him grunting?
Oh, he talked the whole time. He was pissed.
That was pretty freaking cool right there, man. Hey. That was fun.
That was crazy.
That right there is something that you just don't see every day.
Nope.
He ain't the biggest pig, but geez Louise.
She was mad.
Oh my gosh. I don't know if I've ever seen one come any harder than that.
No.
Stinky sucker. Got her right in the dome. Probably thought, oh heck, I lost my babies over there and somebody's killing it. That was unbelievable.
I just can't believe how she come under that fence and she was talking and squalling. And then she stopped and you hit the call again and here she comes again. She was more determined then that she was going to clean house.
I wonder what she would have done if I would have just left the call on. It might be 12 foot, 15 foot, if that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 12, 13 foot.
We should have just left it on to see what she did. But I'm sitting there looking at it on the camera. I'm like, holy crap, this is some good footage.
But about another 25 or 30 foot back there is where we're at.
Yeah.
Between us.
That's why I told Ronnie when we come up here, I was like, man, put the call out there a little ways because I don't want the sucker running me over. I kind of want to go do that again.
Like I said, just like a good magician, a distraction. This sow had one thing on her mind, and I can promise you it wasn't a light. She had been triggered.
I can say I've seen them come into that light like that, but I haven't ever seen them like she was pissed. That's all there is to it.
That's the best you can describe. It's like a guy that's got pissed off on the freeway, and he's going to stop and whip somebody's butt, and an 18-wheeler hits him on the way to the guy's car. That's about what she had.
Pig rage. Hey.
And she don't know what happened to her.
Good job, man. That was awesome. You got to see this footage, man. It's nuts.